We're just waiting for Anupama to join in, and in the meantime, I'll just check whether we were actually able to go live or not because there seems to be some issue. Oh, yeah, I think we are live now. Yeah, this seems to be working finally. Okay, awesome. Great. Anupama,
Ravi.
hey, Anupama, how are you? How are you? How are you? We are already live. What's up? How are things?
Yes, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm
Let's
doing great as well. And thank you
did
for
we
asking
check?
me that question. By the way, the reason why this live started the way it did is because we tried doing live 3 times before, but for some or the other reason, it just won't working. And now I just received a message saying it's working now, and so great. We'll start with the live stream in a moment. We'll start with the live stream in a moment. Just give us 1 second. Okay? Yeah. All right. Hello and welcome to this live. I'm Yash, co-founder and chief executive at Clientjoy, and I'm joined by Anupama, head of product at Clientjoy. Anupama, say hello.
Hi everyone.
One of the key things why we started this live session series was because when we were looking at our help chat and support tickets, we found that most folks had questions around things that are already possible within ClientJoy, but because the features was not discoverable, our users were deploying some sort of inefficient workaround, right? We've always wanted ClientJoy to be as simple and as minimalistic as possible, but even though we try to do that, since there are over 150 features in the product, some things inevitably just get lost and buried within menus, right? The goal of this live session is to share some journeys of the product that will make using ClientJoy even more blissful and efficient for you. With that, Anupama, welcome to this live. What are we going to talk about today?
Yes. Hi guys. So today we will be about how to manage your sales pipeline in ClientJoy. Why did we choose this topic? Is because told us. So we ran a poll, like one week back, where we asked all of you, which are the topics that you want us to cover in these sessions. So the top most voted was management in ClientJoy. Here we are. So I'll be talking about how can you manage your sales pipeline? How can you create it? How can you import your leads? How can you walk them through the sales pipeline? So this is what I'll be covering.
Awesome. Thank you, Anubhava, for sharing that. And if you also have very specific questions that you'd like for us to cover in ongoing or future sessions, then do join the agency community on facebook.com/groups/clientjoy. We have a poll that's been pinned over there. You can go over there, add your poll options, or choose from an existing poll options and make sure that your question ranks topmost, and we'll take that up in our lives that are going to come up as well. In case if you're looking to submit a feature request, if you think ClientJoy is a great software, it's really nice. However, if the couple of things more, it'll just make it so much better for you. If you're looking for that sort of a thing, then just head over to updates.clientjoy.io and submit your feature request, or you can also upvote an existing feature request as well. And last but not the least, if you want to help us make ClientJoy a better product for you, we'd love to have you become part of our beta program. Sign up on clientjoy.io/partner/beta. And what we do is when we release a feature, before we release a feature for all of our 4,000 agencies and 9,000 freelancers in 90 plus countries, we'll give you beta access, right? We'll give you access to that feature so you can use it, offer us feedbacks, or share your comments with us. And so we'll be able to implement all of those before we make a release for everyone else. Now, with that hidden agenda, I will now pass over the conversation to Anupama. I think, Anupama, you'd like to share your screen?
Yes.
Wow, that was
Okay.
quick. Thank you. Your screen's up, and let's look at the sales pipeline creation and management within ClientJoy. Over to you, Anupama.
Sure. So all of okay. So let us know if you are able to see the screen clearly, video quality clearly. Just let us know in the comments. We want this to be available to all of you. Okay. So on my screen, you are seeing the sales pipeline that a sales pipeline. So when you actually, create your account, there is a default sales pipeline that you get in Clientjoy, and you can actually, like customize it according to this need. So whatever is your sales process, you can actually create stages in that sales process. And here you can see that in this example particular, the sales stages, which is our lead in, meeting scheduled, qualified, proposal, follow up, and closed one or closed loss. So how I have defined this sales pipeline is that whenever, so let's assume that I am a web designing, I am a web designing company. So I get inquiries from my website or maybe word of mouth, or also, I have partners who bring in those leads to me. So whenever they come, they first come to the first stage of my sales pipeline, which is leads in. So if somebody is submitted a form on my website, so I have done the integration with Tably that, it automatically flows into this leads in stage. And then I set up a meeting with them. So that's my sales process, but you could have your own, which, you can put over here. So once that meeting is scheduled, I put the lead into meeting schedule stage. I get on a call with them. I qualify them for my activities. I put them into qualified. Then I send the proposal according to the needs. After sending the proposal, I do the follow-ups with them. And once, like at any of the stage, if the lead I am able to convert it, then I move it into a closed one stage. Or if I, unfortunately, if I lose that lead, then I move into a lost stage. So closed one and lost are predefined stages in Clientjoy through which basically our system gets to know whether that whole process of, you're successful or it was not successful for that particular lead. If you want to customize this sales pipeline to your stages, so what you can do is that, so this is the stage, right? You can either rename the stage or you can add your own stage. So let's start with like, if you want to just rename the stage, how can you do that? So this is the meeting schedule stage. If you want to update it for your needs, you can just click on these triple dots, as we told in the last webinar that these triple dots are magic. Whatever you want to find, just look for them. Okay, and then you go to update, and here you will see, like what is the new stage name that you want to give it. So you can change it to maybe, in conversation, for example, and I can choose the color for it. So let's say I want to keep this blue color. I just say okay and save it. And my this page will be updated. You can see that this is updated. If, for example, you want to add a new stage, you don't want to update an existing stage, then you can go to the extreme right side of the sales pipeline, and here you will see this button, add new stage. We know that it is a little bit not discoverable. We will make it discoverable in some time. So you just click on add new stage. For example, if there is a negotiation that is happening in particular case, I just write negotiation stage, and I can choose a color again, and then I just save it. Okay, so this is the new stage which I have added. It got added in the end, but I don't want it to be here. I want it after the follow-up stage. For example, I just I take my mouse on the name of the stage. You will see that this kind of icon will come in, which is the arrow, and I just hold it and drag it to the position where I want it. So I want it over here, like between closed one and follow up, and just drop it. So this is a normal drag and drop behavior, guys, nothing extraordinary. And you will be able to basically customize your sales pipelines like this. If you want to delete a state, again, you can go and delete over here. You can rename the state. You can rearrange it. Right?
Anupama, before we move forward, there's a question that we received from LinkedIn. Abhishek Lohar, thank you for the question. By the way, I forgot to mention this early on in the stream. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments, and I'll much like how I'm about to read this question now, we'll also be bringing up these questions for Anupama to answer right here. Anupama, the question Abhishek asks is there any facility to collect data of these leads for analytics or analysis?
Is there any facility to collect these data for analysis?
Yeah, so
So
basically, let's say if you've been using Clientjoy for like 3 months, 4 months, you have like 500 leads and you have 3 salespeople, and if you want to know how your sales team is performing, is there any way that they can get any data?
So you will be able to know on our reports on our dashboard about how does your pipeline look like, so all that you can see on our page. And if you want to actually run this whole data into your own systems or some intelligence tool, then you can export the leads. So right now the exporting is not available. It is available only on the request. You can request our support that, I want to export my leads data for doing some, for running some operations or intelligence on this. Then that is possible that way.
Another cool thing that I should also mention is that we're launching an awesome feature sometime before May 20, which is called which is essentially a weekly email, right? It's a weekly performance email, and so every Monday before you start your work, you'll receive an email from Clientjoy saying, hey, last week these things happened. Right? You added these many leads were contacted, these many leads were closed. It will also have more data in terms of your proposal performances, in terms of your invoicing performances, in terms of your collection and revenue performances as well. But it will also have a large insightful data on your leads, where we'll show you how many leads were generated and how many leads were moving through your sales pipeline over the last week. This is essentially not an on-demand sort of an email. It's just a template email that you receive every week, but it's a quick scan of about 30 seconds will tell you how your agency overall is performing, right? And so that's super helpful as well. And now coming back to hope Abhishek we were able to answer your question. Coming back to Anupama, take it away.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Okay, so we have created your sales pipeline so far. Any questions in that? Just let us know in comments. Okay, so now next is like I want to explain what is closed won and lost. So basically, this is for all the people who are getting into freelancing for the first time or into new agencies. So closed won is basically are the leads that you win, like you are able to sign the contract or the proposal with them. You have like gotten initial level of commitment that will be working with you. And in the lost are all of those leads which you were not able to convert, right? So you move them all them into won or lost. So you can move it by dragging and dropping, or you can just open the lead, any of the leads, and on the right top side you will see the option of making that lead as won and lost. You can do it from over there as well. Okay, so next is like whenever I am defining a sales pipeline, I will be first creating my stages according to my. Second is like what is the data that I want to capture for these leads. So by default, Clientjoy allows you to accept the basic information about your leads, like their email, their company, their phone number, from where you got that lead, their website, what is the size of that deal, if it's very size project, their billing details, the tag, you can provide any tag that you want. I'll be covering the tags as well. So this all information you can accept by default, but in some scenarios, based on your own business need, you would be requiring like to capture some additional data. So for example, for your lead verification, you want to know that how many employees are there into that lead. What you can create custom fields for this lead. I'll show you how you can do that. So you just go to settings. So this you will find on the right top of the bar. You go there in the quick menu, file custom. field. Just click on that. It will take you to the custom field. You can add custom fields to customers, your invoices, items in company. For my case, right now I have created 3 custom fields: date of birth of that lead, requirement that lead has, and number of employees that that lead has. So you can just add a new custom field from here. You can give it a you can select it, give it a name, select a type, whether it is a date, whether it is a multiple select number, whether it's a text, or you can somebody to choose any value to select. Okay, so this is the second thing we will have to do. Go back to our sales pipeline. Now I have defined my sales pipeline. I have created the stages. I have added the custom fields. Now I'm ready to bring in some leads. So let's say that like from my partner I got some leads for my designing exercise. So I'll just show yeah, you can see this. So this is the Excel sheet that I got from a partner. So these are the name of the leads that I've got, their company name, their email, what is the requirement that they have, like logo design, website design. So what I have done is that I have created tags in my system. So how I'm using tags is that any provide free services. Design company, third is design. So whenever I know that the requirement of this, I just add a tag into that. So in this also, I got this requirement. There are some fields which have 2 requirements.